Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Torchlight 2, and a little bit of my depression, and anger, and all of my sorrow, or whatever the line is. So why are we staring at the title screen? Well, because things suck right now. You may have seen a bit of it on my Twitter, or one of my video comments I made. I was recording the next Torchlight 2 segment, number 6, and got about an hour and a half, I think, of gameplay, solid gameplay through, all recorded, that I was going to later chop up and make it into a smaller piece and upload online. And just as I was getting to the end, and I was about to just go through my closing statements and whatnot, the game crashes. Just boom. Gone. If you had seen my first video for Torchlight 2, the first part of this, then you know what I've been dealing with. Where I have a video card that for some reason doesn't like Torchlight 2 very well, and I have to underclock it to get it to perform. And I'm pretty sure I did that because typically Torchlight 2 will crash immediately if I don't. So where this crash came from, I don't know, but it's one of those serious crashes where it's not one of those friendly, hey, your program stopped working. No, it's pretty much my monitor shuts off, my computer will sit there, I'll hear the sound for a little bit, and then finally the reboot occurs. So it's just a complete seize, crash, restart. So what this unfortunately means is I lost a lot of progress that I couldn't really get back. Let me kind of go in here, and we can see that I've gotten up to level 19 at this point. I thought, well, after this happened, I've got another engineer, right? You can see I've got this one right here, engineer that's currently level 12. Well, she was started at level 9, and she's built kind of tanky, so I'm like, hey, this is an opportunity I could show off the tank class and whatnot, but I'm really behind in levels, and I'm not nearly where I should be in the story in order to catch up. So I've been playing the last few hours just to get her leveled up to 12, and it's tough because she's on Elite, whereas Sid is on Veteran. And the Elite mode is nasty. It's tough to kill stuff. There's lots of hit points on the enemies. It wasn't that I couldn't progress. It was just that I basically spent a few hours getting through any place because I couldn't kill anything very fast, especially because I'm built around defense, not offense. And even then, I still had to play very cautiously. So I thought, well, maybe there's some kind of reset feature, like Path of Exile has this thing where you can hold shift when you walk to a zone, and you can choose to join either a party member's instance or create a new one completely, or even rejoin your own. So I'm like, well, maybe there's one of those. So I went out, looked online, and found out, no, there isn't. But there is a way to game the system. If I were to, well, let me go back. If I were to say load Sid, play, you'll notice that I can choose internet and LAN. So what I found is that if I go to internet, and rather than joining anyone's game, what I did is I went to create game, and here you can see I've got a reroll world option. It recreates the world with randomized dungeons and fresh spawns. That is the only way I've found to do that. Now, the other way that I found out online is apparently that the game only holds 6 explored maps in memory, and then it recreates the map. So I went back to the very starting zone and realized, hey, yeah, okay, that one was reset. So I intentionally went through a whole bunch of zones to get that one map to reset. That didn't work. It was after that that I found this, and the create game feature, and I did that. So that's what I've done. I've re-rolled the world using this, and then I just quickly left the game. So if I just back out of that, I'll go ahead and take Sid and go back to single player. So here we are back at the Frosted Hills, and as you can see, the map has been completely redrawn again. Which is great for me, because now I can go through and do the areas that I've already explored. Unfortunately, the quest is already done. You can see here I'm at Mission of Mercy. I have to enter the Watchwell Temple via the Watchwell Portal. So pretty much what was missed is I got the 2 stones that opened up that portal, and I'm going to be going through those areas. Of course, the downside is losing the video, and I tried to recover the video. Bandicam, for whatever reason, I guess doesn't quite write as it goes, or I don't know, because I tried to replay the video. Windows Media Player wouldn't play it. I'd used VLC, And VLC could play it, but it only played about 10 minutes before the video and audio just completely stopped. So yeah, I'm just not really sure why that happens. I tried to use the Bandicam fix program. There's a program called Bandifix. It's supposed to help you if something like that happens, but it wouldn't even start. I would load up the file and it would just sit there staring at me like, I'm sorry, is there something you want me to do? Well, yeah, I want you to repair my video, damn it. Anyway, yeah, that didn't help. It didn't happen. Oh, hello, health. Okay, so unfortunate. But hey, at least I found a way to not spend a whole bunch of hours having to grind back here, and I could restart this level. And what I noticed is, in my exploration in going back to the beginning to see if I could get the maps to reset naturally, I found that bosses reroll. I fought General Grell again, and in fighting him, I got this nice little unique item here, the Girdle of Ludo. So I'm looking forward to using that. Next level will be level 20 for me, so I will grab that and I'll put that on. That'll give me some magic find and some experience. I think it's looking pretty good, yep. So I'm going to try and go through these areas, and we might miss... Obviously you miss the quest rewards, but you know, that's... I think that's going to be minor compared to missing the entirety of the areas. That was what really annoyed me. And when this all happened, I was severely upset. I was very sad that happened because I don't like missing footage. As those of you know, if you saw my Path of Exile videos, when I missed a segment, I didn't take it very well. I went back and tried to re-record it. So I'm trying to remember which areas I've been through. Oh well. I'm going to continue on, and because I think the Whispering Cave was part of another quest. I want to see if I can't get that quest again. I don't know how this game handles random quests. Here we go. Looks like I won't get to do the quest again. Oh, that's a shame. Oh, okay, good, I can. Okay, the Zeraphi Bodyguard. So help them out and give me a little item for my time. So I get a two-handed axe, there's a two-handed mace. I don't use two-handed, so there's a leather belt. I've already got a belt that I'm using, plus we already know I'm got a legendary, so I'm just going to pick what sells more. 73, yep, giving that. Okay, helping him repeated, but he did not give me... Okay, so they gave me a quest and tasked me to retrieve an item. And unfortunately, in the commotion of losing everything, I don't remember exactly what it was, but that's what the Whispering Cave is all about. It's a very small zone with a bunch of monsters, and you're just supposed to come in here and decimate a group, I guess. Like that. I love that. Ooh. Gib aficionado, huh? Awesome. So the other unfortunate part, aside from not remembering what a lot of this might have been about, or the exact dialogue, is that my own dialogue, you know, the things I talked about when I recorded were missing. And I remember talking a bit about, you know, just things I think that ended up being a fairly decent conversation, and now I got to try and recreate them. Oh well. It's okay, we'll move on. I know part of the things I was talking about was liking the environments of this game. I especially mentioned because some of these areas are a little bit bigger that I kind of like it, and I like the fact that I have a reason to explore these zones because there's actually things hidden. Yes, it's a trap, thank you. Okay. You know, little things hidden here and there. Special zones with just either hidden challenges or just chests and items. And I love it. I love it. And I mentioned that I love exploring Diablo 3 because of the same thing. There's hidden kind of random places. Of course, in Diablo 3, you know, you get used to what they are. I imagine it's the same thing in this game. All the hidden areas will eventually become old hat after you've played it a couple times. But at least this game and Diablo 3 both do that very well. And unfortunately, that led to me realizing that, you know, this is probably the one thing that Path of Exile doesn't do very well at all, is the maps are so huge, but you have no reason to really explore them because there's nothing there other than monsters and possibly chests. Unfortunately, the chests in Path of Exile, the only ones really worth finding are usually the really big ones. Not to say that that's, you know, super bad, and this would have been a return here, by the way. But it can be good for high-level play when you're looking to get experience or just to grind items, because then you have a huge area with a ton of monsters. You don't have to reload zones that much because the monsters are densely populated. So that is good. But unfortunately, as in a story perspective or as a first-time player perspective in exploring those areas, not that interesting. I tend to want to run out and get to the next area. And for example, in Act 2, I'll be coming up on this soon on my playthrough. The way that Act 2's boss is so cluttered with enemies, and the area itself is so large, and there's not many waypoints between, that you just... it starts to grind, and you want to start running through enemies. You know, normally I clear out zones before I move on, and this was an instance where no, I did not want to clear out the zone. I couldn't do it. I had to move through and just run past the enemy. I seem to have lost my bot, I think. Yeah, give me my bot back. So I feel there's definitely a very wide, varied, and interesting world to explore here in Torchlight 2. And one thing I'm really interested in is finding out more about the storyline, because I'm going to be honest, after reading those books regarding the alchemist and his objectives, his whole, you know, reason for being and all that, I'm intrigued. You know, it's got this sense of gray morality. I mean, obviously what he's doing is very extreme, but he has his reasons for doing it, and you can kind of believe those reasons. It's not just, hey, we've got this insanely evil guy. I mean, obviously we could have insane evil guys, I don't know yet, but I like that this guy that I'm chasing down is actually got a human side. And that he's supposedly doing it for not just himself, but the greater good. So I'm looking forward to finding out more about the story in this game. Alright, I'm definitely going through old areas at this point, so I'm going to cut the commentary for now so that I can just kind of fast forward perhaps to another spot. Oh yes, you know, that reminds me, I just remembered. That quest where I had to go to the Whispering Cave by the guys here, it wasn't just that. I remember now, there was a first half to it. And the first half was there was a whole bunch of chests locked behind grated doors, and I had to go and find all the chests, and I had already explored the area, so all I had to do was go to them and open them, and boom, there I was, got the items I needed. I had to collect about 3 items, I think, and then they told me to go to the Whispering Caves. So yeah, that's the one thing you missed on that. Not overly exciting, I admit. But it was kind of neat to find. I kind of wish they would have let me open the chest and get the items, since they were story items anyway. Because one thing this game does very well is it gives you quest items and story items, and it doesn't take up your inventory. It doesn't clutter your inventory, and that is... oh, that's going to be another complaint I have on Path of Exile. They have these quest items that you carry around with you all the time, and some of them are just huge. I'm sorry, I don't really care for that. I know that's kind of returning to a Diablo 2 style, but I kind of like the simplicity of having an interface item up here with quest items already saved. World of Warcraft went to that system eventually, which was really nice because WoW was notorious for filling your bags with all sorts of stuff that you didn't need other than quests. So yeah, I like that system so much better. Oh, sweet. Okay, so we've got a locked bandit chest, and we found the bandit key to be able to unlock it. I did find one of those last time I played. I like that. These chests here that have different ways of unlocking. For example, the locked golden chest, which you have to kill a Bittersprite to find his key. That's really cool. The bandit chest, where you have to go up and slay the bandits around them to get their key and unlock the chest. And then, of course, you have spirit chests and dungeons that are guarded by ghosts. What's this?
Welcome, human.
Okay, I freed a captive, and he's going to give me something to sell because I don't want anything on him. Alright. Well, thank you. That gives me fame. That makes me happy. Hey, reloading this zone is going to be nice for me. I've already hit level 20. Oh yeah, speaking of which, that allows me to use this belt, doesn't it? Excellent. Magic find and experience. Beautiful. Now, did I find anything else that might be interesting? 10 armor here. Increase in magic find, but it needs focus or level 21. That's tough, because I kind of hate to lose the 4 strength, but this has got the magic find and armor plus a socket. I'm going to hold on to that. I might actually use that, I think. So just kind of looking around, what I'm going to do is give stuff to my pet that I'm not going to use, and just it's going to generally make it easier to tool around by doing this. Yeah, nothing too exciting here. Ooh, what's this? Dex, strength, mana, and physical armor. So the armor I'm wearing is 19 armor with plus 6 dex. This is 14, but it's also got a plus 3, which I don't think counts in the summary up there at 14, so that would totally be 17, I believe. I could be wrong, though. It's hard to say. It doesn't really give you an indicator. But let's assume it's 14. It's 5 less. Gives me the same dex, but it also gives me strength. Plus it's got 2 sockets. I think I might use that. It's kind of a shame because I kind of like the armor I'm already wearing, but I'll go ahead and do that. Right now, I did manage to level up. If you remember, I found this. This was the augmented weapon. This originally had 104 damage and 7 physical damage on it. Once I killed 25 enemies, it turned into this, which has got the same damage, same physical damage, but it gained 12 health stolen on hit. So I'm not sure if the augmented weapons will always turn into a green or if they'll turn into a random rarity or how that works exactly, since this is the first augmented item I've had that I was able to use and of course level up. So there, I wanted to make sure I showed that off because I was speculating about that in the last video, and I did manage to level that up. Okay, wow, that's impressive. A fishing hole that had 2 mysterious items, 2 unique items from this fishing hole. Wow. Yeah, I'm going to make sure I fish from now on. That's most definitely true. I have found a wonderful selection of uniques, and in fact, I need to show you the shoulders that I found in the video that got corrupted. They were really great engineer shoulders. They were only for the engineer class, and that was something another thing I wanted to talk about, because I complained recently in my Diablo digest that I didn't like the legendaries of low levels. There's not enough of them. There's not a good experience there. There's no reason to go through low levels there. And it doesn't entice players to continue to play. Torchlight 2 does this wonderful thing where I'm finding unique items all the time, and it's kind of given me this incentive to want to find more of them and to continue playing. And some of these can be game-changing. Some of them are pretty standard, though. So like for here, we've got a 21 armor with 3% amount of experience gain. That's nice. Physical armor, focus attribute, and plus the damage. Fortunately, it's Berserker only. Very unfortunate. I will definitely be giving that to a Berserker, though. What's this? Electric damage reflected, really? That's kind of cool. It's a 5 health steal to master on hit and 12 poison. That's awesome, because that gives me health. So as you can see, there are some of these unique items that have some really nice abilities on them, and some of them are pretty standard. In fact, when we get back to town, I'll show them off, some of the items that I've found. Okay, I think I will give this to him. It is less armor than the other 2 that he has. Maybe replace... He's got a -8 to all armor on a hit. Not too worried about that. I think I want him to go ahead and stay alive, so I think I'll replace the one that's 20 armor, because that's less of an armor hit, and it gives him decent stats, so we'll go ahead and do that. Good find. Really good find. Really quick, this is one of the chests I was talking about for the quest that I was supposed to do for those guys. You can see I can't open it now. You can only open it when you have the quest. You would just open up this fence and then there's the chest behind it. So as I found those, it was kind of interesting to wonder, you know, what are those? Are they just decoration? Turns out they're actually part of the story quest. Well, looks like I got lucky yet again. Some mysterious shoulders. And what do we have here? It's 7 armor, 5% to fire damage, 22 to poison armor, 65 to health, 9 to fire armor. It's an Ember Mage item, though. Darkness ever rests on your shoulders, whispering its secrets. Can't use them. Can't say I'm overly impressed by this one, actually. Fire damage is nice for... I mean, that could be nice for an Ember Mage. Yeah, that's better than I'm giving it credit for, I believe. Just because I know my Ember Mage at level 1 was using quite a bit of fire, and that carries on pretty good. Alright, moving on. Alright, we've entered the Slaver's Camp. This is one of 2 areas I need to visit in order to get the 2 stones that would open up the portal to the next area. It's a nice, fairly wide open area that's kind of enclosed by a fence. Has, I think, 3 different entrances. And what's interesting, it's got these areas here that you can click on the flammable lanterns, and it burns the house and brings out the enemies so that you can slaughter them. Rather mean, I think. Go over here and do it again. I like those little things like that, just burning the house down. Of course, over here we have the Slaver Stockade. And this will be the instance that we go into to get the items we need. And up here, we have a captured Asterian that he doesn't give me the reward now, but much like the other Asterian that I found earlier, I would get a small reward from him. It really wasn't much, just something to sell. Okay, Stockades. LF3M. Stormwind Stockades. Yeah, you get the wild jokes. Can't help it. Oh, a mimic chest. Now, unfortunately, hopefully I find, I'm going to look for an item here. There was this really cool thing that I didn't know what it did. There was a green potion up here last time I was here, and it looked like part of the environment, but I could click on it, and when I clicked on there it is. Yeah, okay, I get to show this. This is really cool. I like this. I wasn't expecting this at all. Okay. Kendrick the Mauler, who hurls explosive kegs. Oh right, I didn't summon my bot. Let's fix that. So I'm gonna get a bit more mana back. Yep, there we go. Yeah, I really don't have much mana fears with my bot up. So he also is followed by Brutus the Crusher at 2 Brute. So I make a wild joke, and I have to end up fighting Brutus, the first boss, or first mini-boss of Path of Exile. Fun times, eh? He'll go down pretty easily. This build I've got is looking to be a non-charge using build, honestly. I have nothing to use charge on. I have nothing right now that I'm building charge with. You know, right now it's just fire, and I'm done. I don't really use my primary attack. That's the only way I have to get charge. Oh, I captured a Starion, so I do get the quest reward from this guy. Some trousers, silencing club. Ooh, he's got an augmented weapon. So kill 25 enemies to upgrade. It is a single-handed club. So I think I'm going to go ahead and grab that and try it. It is already green. I imagine it will stay green, and what I'm guessing is that, much like the other item, it will probably gain just one more stat. So right now it's got interrupt chance, and it has a silence for a second. And I imagine, much like the sword, it's just going to gain one more property. So I'll go ahead and put that on. We'll give it a shot, and I'll start killing enemies with that just to give it a go. Alright, let's move forward here. Another Astharian. Nothing here really overly interesting. Ooh, oh no, it's two-handed. Never mind. Two-handed, two-handed. Okay. 75, 83, 80, 85. Got that for gold. Now I think... Oh, nice. Little gold storeroom. With a chest. It has a bit more gold in it. Okay, can't go anywhere here. We're getting close to this spot that I think is really cool. I want to show this off because this surprised me and I thought it was neat. Because, you know, I picked up that green potion. Or I haven't yet. There it is. Let me pick it up. You can see it's up here. It's a suspicious bottle of lotion. Puts the lotion on its skin, else it gets the hose again. Oh yes, and this is a good time for me to put my pet on passive, otherwise it steals kills while I'm trying to level up the hammer. So as you can see, I didn't get credit for the kill for the augment. And unfortunately, I'm not very good with melee, so they're lasting a while, so yeah, that's okay. I want to see what this augment gives me. Okay, here it is. Here it is. This is the really cool part. There is this, as you can see, this pit. And I did this completely by accident last time, and you'll notice there's a bucket here that you can click on. I just happened to go down this way and accidentally click on it. That's where the lotion goes, and as you can see, a whole bunch of bats start flying up. And as they fly up, look at this. All this gold and a few items actually drop onto the ground, and that's Buffadon Bill's hide mask. Okay, I think that's an item that always drops here, because I got that last time. But that, I think, is really cool that there's just this area, kind of a hidden area that gives you... And here we have yet another hidden area, a trap as you go inside of it. Just this really cool hidden feature that if you find that item on the ground, you can use it to get more items. It's just one of those things about Torchlight 2 that I absolutely, absolutely love. Alright, from here we would have found, I believe, the item that we need. So let's go ahead and leave, and we'll be on our way to find the next item. Alright, I managed to augment the club. Let's take a look. Looks like yep, once again it gained one more stat, and it's 12 health stolen on hit. So that's exactly the same thing that this got. I wonder if the augment type dictates that. So in other words, it required me to kill 25 enemies this time, just like the other one required me to kill 25 enemies. Maybe the augment that requires you to kill 25 enemies is always a lifesteal bonus. Maybe. I don't know. I do have, or I had another item that I had to kill a certain number of elites, or champions as they were, to get that augmented. And that could have been a different one. I don't know. I don't think I kept that because it was getting very difficult to kill champions with a melee weapon that was subpar. Wow, I just got knocked off of the... got knocked off the platform there. It's impressive. Who am I fighting? Tarkbach. Oops. I'm just kind of having a pathing issue here. Can you let me go up there? Come on. Oh, whatever. Just kill him. Spamming fire. And again, like I said, don't really have much else I can do. This is not exactly the most exciting build. I fully realize that. It's not exactly exciting, super exciting to play nor watch. Although it can be interesting when I have to dodge things. So it's just like moving around, dodging, and returning fire. So, okay, we found the golden chest. Excellent. It's in a very different location this time. So all I have to do is find the Bittersprite. Well, looks like I found a Phase Beast for a Phase Beast challenge. Ah. Ignite the Braziers. Excellent. I think I said it right this time. Which, I don't like this word. It's one of those words I'm not prepared to say. And unfortunately, in the context of the game, you know, it's just happened to be that way. Oh, so there we go. I got lucky. They started lighting in the sequence there. If I get it wrong, then it will have a blue glow, and then, of course, reset. And this time I got it wrong the first click, but all clicks after that were correct. So there we go. And, of course, we have to fight another brute once we're done. And, of course, for whatever reason, my bot just never wants to carry over. So if there's two things this game could really learn from Path of Exile, I would say, is one, give players a way to reset a zone so they don't have to just re-roll the whole thing, and do so by creating an online game trickery. The other would be let me keep my bot between areas. You know, it was that way in the closed beta for Path of Exile. If you were a witch and you had zombies and skeletons, they would not come with you into the next zone. For skeletons, that wasn't a big deal because you just resummon those. But zombies needed corpses, and my witch suffered that because my witch was specifically made for summoning, and I fought the Act 1 in boss, Merveil. And let's just say she was a lot harder than she needed to be at the time. Of course, I didn't really help myself by not putting portals down. It's okay. Lesson learned. Overall, I'm very happy with the gameplay, performance, and just the look and feel of Torchlight 2. The world is definitely vibrant, colorful, has a good story to it, plays well. Alright, die already. Hey, look, level 21. And gold everywhere. Cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. Ah, jeez. Oh, no. Oh, a couple chests up here. Excellent. Leather mantle, gloves, and potions. And another chest. Unidentified gloves. Okay, I'll grab those. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and start using my Pioneer Coif of the Lucky. You can see it's definitely an interesting look, being a fully covering hood there. I've also found some better gloves with some armor and strength on them. I will probably be recovering the gems from this item, just so I can use them for other items. But I found this, which I haven't seen this before. It's a Chaos Ember Chip. I think that's a pretty cool augment here. For armor, it gives you potion effectiveness, and for a weapon, it can give you additional range to bows, crossbows, pistols, and wands. Looks like it doesn't affect shotguns or cannon. But that's pretty cool. It's kind of a neat thing to be able to augment ranged weapons like that. Speaking of ranged weapons, I don't think I have shown off my cannon that much. It is still kind of pink or purple, or what? Yeah, it's weird. Anyway, I found this wonderful cannon, 120 DPS, has 50 and 60 knockback on it, and of course continues to have a chance to stun. It's pretty much just a giant cannon with a magazine in it. It's kind of funny. Honestly, yeah, I like it though. I love the weapon designs, especially when it comes to cannons. Alright, well, I have leveled a couple of times, as I mentioned, so let's just kind of look at skills. Looks like I have my next set of skills. I think I'm not going to go into those right away because this is already going to be fairly long, because not only am I recreating what I've missed, but I'm very much talking a bit more about what has happened, and so therefore the video is a little longer than intended. So what I might do is save the discussion of skills for another time, and we will, because I can spend a good chunk of time actually going over those skills. And this has already been a while, so we'll do that next time. I don't think that'll be a big deal to skip it for now. Here we go. Since I haven't shown this before because I kept missing it, here's the Bittersprite. There he is. Drops the golden key. As you can see, there's not much to him, honestly. There's no fanfare, no glow. Oh, you know what? I haven't turned my pet back on to defensive. Dies pretty easily. And then there's the golden key. And then I can just go open my chest. So yeah, I just hadn't recorded it before, so I want to make sure that I got it this time. Here we are, the Emberscratch Mine. This is a place that I definitely wanted to make sure I went through, as this was a place I rather enjoyed. Lots of explosive barrels kind of lining the way here that I can use to destroy my enemies, as well as my own weaponry, of course. Another area that's just kind of cool to look at. I really like what they do with interiors as well as exteriors in this game. It's just all really nice to look at. Goodbye. Go away, Totem. Really? Go away. I don't want you here. You're drunk. Go home. Main reason why I wanted to go through this place again is it's, once again, another area that has hidden little alcoves and caches that are really cool to find, that have hidden stuff to them. And I need to summon my bot again. Keep forgetting to do that. Come on. Summon him up. So yeah, lots of enemies here. Alright, so let's just pick this all up. Health potion. Health. Mana. 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 Yeah, I haven't been using my potions a lot on this character. I noticed that on my defensive character that I've got in the next difficulty, that I use them a ton. Oh, that's unfortunate. Look at that. All the items kind of fell behind the area there, and I can't get to them. That's annoying. I love that. Those little TNT areas that you get to blow up. Now what's cool is this is kind of a throwback to Torchlight 1. In Torchlight 1, especially in the beginning, there were these areas that you could blow open with TNT plungers. Basically, it would be a wall that you would walk up to, but there would be this plunger, and you'd see the dynamite kind of already on the wall for you. And so you hit the plunger, you open up. Typically, it would be used to progress, but sometimes it might be a little secret area. As we move forward here, you can see there is a broken detonator. And so what that means is I pretty much just need to go find the plunger. But once I do, I can open up this area. Yeah, it even marks it on the map. That's kind of nice. It marks the broken... Just bring it up there. Yep, broken detonator. So what we'll do is we'll go through, and we'll find ourselves a plunger. The goblin sacks. Those goblin sacks are what sparked my original conversation about exploring the world and having cool things to find, you know, because things like that, this little kind of ambience, you know, it's just a sack on the wall, but it's a neat place to find items. That's not just like a random barrel, it's, you know, a different piece of set work based around the area that you're in. So Goblin Foremans, these are the guys you need to get for the plungers. There you go. As you can see, it's nice and purple. Jeez. Oh, hello. Lots of explosions. You know, I cannot... This game's got a little bit of everything, honestly. You say this game doesn't lack or anything. If you like explosions, well, there's going to be plenty of explosions, that's for sure. Alright, we've got our plunger. Let's go ahead and go over here and use it. I like blowing things up! There it is. Inside here we got a couple chests with a few items. Nothing major, But it is a secret area. It doesn't even show up on the map as a room. I really like that. Really do. Right over here we have yet another broken detonator with, so again you can see the TNT right there. Just waiting for a plunger, waiting for someone to come by. Flip the switch. Hit the plunge. And absolutely decimate the wall.
I dare say, good sir, that Sid, the engineer, absolutely loves himself a grand explosion. Yes. I would be more than happy to blow up your little rock wall. As well as your faces. That's probably the best part right there, is blowing up your face. Look at that. It's all over the wall now. They'll never get that stain out of the wall. People will be convinced that this rock was red from the beginning of time.
Lots of cool crystals, look at that. Alright, another foreman, I believe? Yes. Good, good, good. Kill this guy, we'll get the next plunger. Just take him down. I'm not playing games with you. You're dying. Go away. This mine is fun. Just blowing things up, destroying the environment. I like it. Always did. Always do. Probably always will. So here we go. We'll hit this. And this is the best one, I think, to show that it doesn't actually show on the map. Because if I go up here, you'll notice that I'm in the black. There is actually no map related to this, at least on the minimap. So you know that it is 100% secret area. And that's cool. So I gotta say, I've been rather lucky here. Even though I had that crash, I found a whole bunch of legendaries, or, well, legendaries, unique items, while I was playing. And even now, I've found a couple more unique items, so... yeah, I'll take my luck where I can get it, especially considering I had to redo this. I gotta admit, it's a little tedious to have to do it all over again, but you know what? I'm having fun blowing stuff up, and that's all that matters, right? It's having fun, and I'm having fun with it, even if I gotta redo it. And the only reason I have to redo it is, of course, you know, because I'm producing a video on it, you know, that's... really, it's not Torchlight's fault, well, other than the fact that it doesn't like my video card. Oh well. And once again, I need a plunger. And we found our foreman again. This build is just nasty. I think with this build I could easily go to veteran or elite. Sorry, this is veteran. I could go to elite just because I'm doing plenty of damage. I'm not really taking a lot of damage. When I do, it's not that hard to recover from it. Definitely playing a tank, though, in the next difficulty level. Very hard to do. Maybe I just haven't built quite up yet. I'm in need of finding better armor. Not much is certain. This is a pretty large secret area over here. Okay, goes up and around, and there we go, a chest. Oh, well, I've got full bags. Alright, give me one moment, please. Well, it looks like I've found a few more really interesting items. Found myself some mighty boots here with 8 physical, and it's got 6 strength, some health, and knockback resistance, which I like. So it's more armor. I can take the Stockade gem I have in there. I get a couple more strength bonuses here from 4 to 6, so that's great. But I also found this. It's 7 physical armor, it's got 3 strength, so it's actually got 1 less than what I have, but it's got 5% to all damage. 5% to all damage is nice. However, I'm still fairly low levels, still don't have a lot of stuff. 5% may not be a lot at this level. So I may consider doing this because it's more of a flat increase and easier to quantify. Plus it allows me to keep my sockets. I think I'll be going with that. So we'll go ahead and put this down here. The other item I found that was really nice is this, another one I haven't seen before. It's an Iron Ember chip, and looks like it gives you damage no matter where you put it. In armor and trinkets, it gives you 12 melee weapon damage bonus. So I can't really use that because I'm not using melee, but on a weapon it gives you 35 physical damage. That's impressive. I'm holding on to that. I'm hoping to find a cannon with some sockets on it. I'd be more than happy to use it there. Alright, we're pretty much near the end here. I accidentally engaged the boss, and then I moved away to try and explore further, but he decided to follow. Looks like we found another Goblin Foreman as well, which is interesting, because I don't remember there being another plunger. I think there might be one up back where the boss spawned. See, there's the boss there. This is King Pogg. I'm just going to clear out the area real quick. I'm going to bring King Pogg back up to his starting area once I clear out the area myself. There we go. Alright, come back up, buddy. Let's go up here because I'd like to talk about this boss. This is one of those things, it's kind of unfortunate to say, but Torchlight 2 suffers a little bit on its bosses, primarily because they seem to recycle a few abilities. Like, for example, this guy. He's got an ability that's new. That one I like. But that one right there with the ice that chases you around, we've seen that before. In fact, I've died to it before. You know, it's kind of a shame that they've got that recycled. So he's also got a wide sweep, as you can see there. There it is. But for the most part, if I keep my distance from him, just like this, I'm going to keep kiting him. He doesn't actually do anything. So I'm going to have to go past him here, but that's a cool looking attack though. That is new. But what I have to say is that most of their boss characters, or actually their characters in general, are pretty unique looking. So like this guy is definitely cool to look at. He's definitely very unique from anything else I've fought. It's just a shame that he happens to have a recycled attack. I suppose, you know, it's kind of be expected, especially since there are quite a few boss-type characters in this game. More so than I really thought there would be. I've fought a lot of these champion-type monsters already. Ooh! Yeah, I'm not standing in the ice wave. As you can see, as a ranged character, he's honestly not that difficult. They just pretty much keep walking, and he'll keep chasing. He could do that ice thing that has homing capabilities, but he decides not to. And this is the result. Kind of a boring fight, really, if you just kite him. So I'm just going to go ahead and spam at him, and we're going to go ahead and kill him. And then that's really it. Oops, got to be careful with that, because that does hurt. Oh, Pogg Slammer. Unique socketable. Well, that's new. Armor and trinkets, charge rate increased by 5%, and weapon 20% chance to break enemy shields. Oh, that is nice. I wish my weapon had a socket. Oh, I wish it did. The ability to break shields would be quite nice. Although in this character it hasn't been a big of a deal because my blast cannon pretty much pierces through that stuff. So yep, looks like this is the final area over here off to the side. And this is a pretty big one too, actually. I remember this now. Goes off and we get another chest. And some items. And if you're wondering what was in my locked golden chest, well, here it is. Not too much, bunch of gold. Fire Ember Spec, Cloth Coif, and just a couple white items. Nothing too great. So I'll look at those, make sure there isn't anything that I don't want to keep, and we'll move on. And that's pretty much it. We're moving on. This will be the end of it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the area, show off where the next portal is, and then we'll go back to kind of show off the legendaries that I did find that I found were pretty cool. And that'll do it for this segment of Torchlight 2. I have to apologize if the commentary was a little spotty tonight, as obviously my brain is a little fried from the prospect of having to do this again. Going through all that all over again, but you know, obviously it's something that I wanted to do because I don't like leaving those gaps. So here, this is where I would turn in the two items. I would click on these two stones. There's the portal there, so we're just going to go ahead and head back to the Enclave. And something I did pick up along the way is this little guy. This is the Apprentice Enchanter Malo. I found him out in the world, and I imagine once you find him, you can't find him again, because he comes, once you find him, you rescue him, he comes to the Astarian Enclave, and he's here to stay. So he's an enchanter. I can go ahead and try and enchant with him, so we're going to go ahead and try that now.
You are fortunate.
So he only has a maximum of a level 1 enchantment right now, but he does physical damage, so that's nice. Excellent. I'll go ahead and put that here. Let's, I don't know, I feel like trying a headgear. Let's see what it does. Plus 4 mana. Okay, not overly impressed there. Can I enchant my... I can. Hold on.
You are fortunate.
Ice damage. Okay, so I'm guessing it's random. Alright, one more try.
Fortune smiles on you.
Strength attribute bonus. Yeah, cool. So what I like about this is I can enchant all of my gear. Just for a price, obviously. You know, we look at each thing and we can see that it's about 1,000, from 1 to 2,000. I've got 38,000 gold. That's not bad. I still have items to sell. So that's good. I like the fact that they give me an enchanter in town rather than having to find one randomly in the world. And it looks like he'll eventually level up or I'll get higher level ones. So that's really cool. Moving on, the items that I did find, what did I find just recently? I found some Wanderlust, which is range weapon damage, dex, mana, chance to reflect missiles. This is for the Outlander only. Beastling armor, which is physical armor, increase in gold, and magic find luck. That's not bad, actually. I could probably use that. I couldn't use it before because I didn't meet the requirements, but I do now. That might not be a bad idea. It is physical damage. What do I lose? I lose dex, strength, physical power. It's got magic find and gold find on it. I think I like that, especially because it's defensive. So I'll go ahead and I'll use that. Also, I found this. This is pretty cool. Not by the stats. The stats are kind of meh. I mean, 62 lifesteal on hit, 27 health, and 4 mana. That's not great, but it's a crossbow, two-handed, that's very fast. And if you look at the art, you can see why. Because it's this square box that's got multiple layers of bolts that it will shoot out. So, while I really like... It goes back to that conversation. I really like these low-level unique items that they have in this game. And it really can change up the gameplay. Even something like this that doesn't have some kind of really super unique attribute to it. It's just really cool to find. And the artwork is there that's kind of cool to look at. And it really, I think, helps the feeling of exploration and going out there and finding stuff. Other than that, I found this. This is the Equalizer. I'm looking forward to getting the strength up because I'm going to put that on my subset. Let me go ahead and just put it in here anyway. It's a one or two-handed. Oh, it's two-handed actually. So never mind. I'll put it back. I thought it was one-handed. It's a two-handed weapon. It's got attack speed, bonus to crit damage, and it's got plus to fire damage. And as you can see, the equalizer levels the playing field, as it says. It does physical and ice damage, so there is that. That's pretty cool. Oh, so does this. Physical and ice damage. Nice. Yeah, really nice. Yeah, I like the unique items in this. In fact, hey, look at I got lucky. I found 2 world spikes, and the reason why I think that's lucky is because world spike is a wand that has something I wouldn't even consider on wands, and that's the chance to execute. And since I have 2 of them, that would give me a 10% chance to execute. That's assuming I can use 2 of them. I'm not sure if the unique items in this game have a unique equip attribute. In fact, let me see if I can actually use them. Can I dual wield it? I can! Check that out. That is cool. And it's got a 10% chance to execute. Does it show up in my stats? Fumble execute chance is 22% because of that. That is cool. I never would have considered dual wielding wands. And that's why I like unique items. Alright, cool. I'm going to go ahead and put those back. Let's see what they have. Do they have the exact same stats? They both have 4 focus, 2 mana stolen on hit, both have charge decay. I think it is. Wow. It's exactly the same item. So it looks like the unique items in this will have the same stats rather than rolling a range. Of course, I could either have just gotten very lucky, or it could just be that because it's a low-level item, they're the same. I know in Diablo 2, there were items that would the unique items would kind of have a slight variance to them, so having items with perfect stats would be far more valuable. And even so in Diablo 3, obviously, Diablo 3 being a bit more random, I believe. But that's cool. I really like seeing that. That gets me excited for wanting to do that. And lastly, let me go ahead and show you the other item I found. Alright, let me zoom in here so you can kind of see it. These are the shoulder pads I found. I'll go ahead and weapon swap. Or can I? There we go. These are the shoulders here that, again, is kind of a nice game changer. They were designed for a tanking engineer. Physical armor, plus 12 to physical armor, which right there, that kind of proves to me that the physical armor up top does not include the plus at the bottom, so this is a total of 22 physical armor. A -7 to all item characteristic stat requirements. All damage taken reduced by 1% and 4% melee weapon damage bonus. So it's designed for an engineer that wants to be tanky. It helps get your damage up. It also reduces all requirements so that you can easily wield equipment that you might not normally be able to get. And of course it's got tons of armor. So it cannot make you smarter, but it can remind you to use your head. So that's pretty cool, and I do like the design of the shoulders. I'll kind of take them off so you can see what changes. And then put them back on. There you go. That is really cool looking, I think. And I'm really happy to see that. So that is Torchlight 2, ladies and gentlemen, once again. And I want to thank you for following along. And hopefully I won't run into more problems like that, because honestly, if that does keep up, I mean, obviously I've been recording all this time without an issue. So I don't foresee it being a problem in the future. First crash, just probably a fluke. So as long as it doesn't keep doing that, I will definitely keep recording and doing this. Otherwise, it might be one of those things where it's like, no, that's too frustrating. So anyway, again, thanks for following along. I'll see you next time.